Okay, so this is a short video on how to prepare your artwork for a short animation. So what I have here is a background and foreground layer. Very simple artwork. Obviously it can be anything, and you can even increase it to more than just one layer, but just manage it properly. So the first thing that you've got to do is, first of all, make sure that your Photoshop document is the correct size. So this document has been set to HDTV, which is 1920 by 1080. And then the next thing you have to check is that it's seamless. In other words, that if the background is scrolling, you're not going to see some sort of join. So the way that you can check that in Photoshop is to show just one of the layers. So I'm going to work on the background layer, and then I'm going to go to Filter, Other, Offset. And whatever value I put in, it's going to basically scroll around this picture, almost like it's on a roll, and sort of like wallpaper or wrapping paper. And I can see here I have a join that I can see where the sky is joining up. So I need to fix that. So I'm just going to say OK. And I'll take my eyedropper, press I, and my brush, B, and I'll just brush out that bit of sky join there. Whoops, I went too far there. I think I need a harder brush. Okay, hardness 0. Let me go for a smaller brush here. And just do that a bit more carefully. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back to offset and put it back where it was. No, that didn't do that. Let me go here. Offset, and I'll put it to whatever that value was. I'll put it to minus that value, so minus 690, which puts it back to the way it was. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same for the foreground. I'll apply an offset and see if there's any joins. There's a tiny bit of a join visible here. You can see, so I'm just going to I for eyedropper, B for brush, and I'll just try and smooth that over, and then E for eraser, and just clean that up a little bit. So what you're really looking for is a seamless background and foreground, that no one's going to notice that it's just the same piece of artwork scrolling over and over again. So I'll just put the offset back to where it was, minus 690, and that's my foreground and background done. So I'm going to just save that as a PSD file so that the layers are preserved. So I'll just call this background and foreground. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my character. Now this is a very simple character that I've decided to work with. Your character can be as complex as you want, just make sure you manage it well. So I'm going to just show you how I've managed my layers so far. I've got a head layer, a front arm, a body, a neck, a back leg, and a back arm. So we need to break it up a little bit more. So these are actually shape layers. So I'm just going to rasterize them so they're actually pixel layers, just by right clicking and choosing rasterize layer. Okay, and then you need to break it up into however many parts you want to articulate, in other words, move. So here our head we want to move on its own. Our body, maybe we should break our body up into a few more parts. I'm just going to hold down Alt and click on the eyeball for the body there so that I can see how I can break it up. And I'll use the lasso tool, and I'll lasso an upper torso, and then making sure that I'm on the body layer, I'll press Command J. On Windows that would be Control J, and I'll call that upper torso. I'll hide that layer, go back to the body layer, and then let's do the bottom part. Command J, and I'll call that lower torso. If your character is more complex, you can have hips and even more parts, but let's just say that we've got that. So now we've got an upper torso and a lower torso. Now we need to actually break that leg into parts. So I'll hide the upper and lower torso, and for the body layer again, I'm going to lasso, and make sure you overlap each part so that as it articulates you don't get any white spaces. So this is going to be the thigh. So Command J, and I'll call this thigh R for right. Okay. And then on the body layer, I'll take from the knee around the ankle and Command J, and I'll call that calf R for right. Then back to body, and I'll select the foot, Command J, and I'll call this foot R. So now I can actually delete that body layer altogether. So I've got a foot, calf, thigh, and I've got a lower torso and upper torso. Now for the front arm, I need to break that up, so I'm going to select around the upper section. Let me just do that again, and Command J, and that will be upper arm R. And I'll go back to the original layer, and I'll select it's not taking, let me do that again, Command J, and that will be forearm R. And then finally back to that same layer, let's do Command J, and that will be hand R. And now I can delete that front arm layer. So I've got upper arm, forearm, hand. I've got a head. I've got a neck. Okay, that can go there. And then I need to do the back leg and the back arm. So I'm actually going to delete these, and I'm just going to duplicate upper arm, forearm, and hand R, and just rename them to upper arm L, forearm L, and hand L. And then for thigh, calf, and foot, duplicate and change those to L as well. Oops, do that. Okay, and then I'm just going to rotate them. So I'll select the upper arm, forearm, and hand L, and I'll press Command T. I'll set the rotation point to the shoulder. Now if you don't see that rotation point, you'll see up here in Photoshop there's a little checkbox here that says, if you hold over it for a second, toggle reference point. Okay, so I'm going to put the reference point there, and then I'm going to rotate that one round, press enter, and I'm going to move that to the back, all the way back. Okay, and I'm also going to change it to be darker, so I'm going to select each one of those, image, adjustment, brightness, and contrast, set it to -100, image, adjustment, brightness, and contrast, -100, and the hand as well. Okay, and then I'm going to repeat that for thigh, calf, and foot. select them, Command T, set the rotation point, rotate that out, enter, and then change that brightness and contrast to -100 as well. And the foot. Okay, so that's basically a character now prepared for rigging and animation. I have to emphasize here that this is a very simple character. If you've got any secondary animation like hair, clothing, things like that, obviously you have to take that into consideration when preparing this. But basically this character is now ready, together with the background, to go into After Effects and start doing a little kind of slider game simulation animation. So I'm going to save it also as a PSD. And I'll just call this character. Okay, and in the next video I'll be in After Effects and I will go through the process of animating. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and see you next time.